Yo, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet VGC video. I'm your host, Jose Rocks, and today we're going to be getting into the new released Pokemon that just came out pretty much yesterday. And I just kind of wanted to go over it and, see what can we deduce from, what type of Pokemon it's going to be and how viable it'll be as far as VGC. So Poltchageist, which is really similar to the name Poltergeist, which is the T Ghost Pokemon. It's the convergent species of that Pokemon, right? But I believe it's a convergent species of Sinistine and not actually Poltergeist. So if we head back, if we want to look at it, I do believe they've announced it in this little roster. Yep, there it is, Poltchageist. So it resembles Sinistine at glance, but Poltchageist is an entire different species. So it's a convergent species of Sinistine, however you pronounce that. I think it's Sinistine. So that Pokemon is pretty much a base form Pokemon. So that lets me know that this is probably, the first stage evolution. This might get an evolution, but its ability is, what's catching everyone's eye. The grass and ghost typing is not the best. We have, a couple of those already in the game with like Brambleghast and Decidueye. But I still think it can be good if this functions more so as a support Pokemon rather than an offensive grass ghost type, right? So the hospitality ability, pretty much when this Pokemon switches out and switches back in, well, whenever it enters a battle, it showers its ally with hospitality, restoring a small amount of the ally's HP. So I'm pretty sure it might be like similar to like a Mungus, a regenerator proc, where it restores about 25% or maybe a little bit more, or maybe like 33%. I think they will like mirror this in the regenerator. So like regenerator is switching out and this is actually like switching in. So I think they might, do something similar to that to kind of, give you another alternative to using regenerator, right? Which will make this have its own viability. Like if this thing gets spore, which it may get spore since it is a grass type, like I think that'll give it some viability, right? Because you can, if its evolved form doesn't get hospitality, you can run this with an Eviolite and then go for like uses ability and like Eviolite with spore. But if it does evolve and then it gets bulkier, and it keeps this ability, then I do think that's it's gonna be a pretty viable Pokemon. Like being immune to fake out and being able to go for spore turn 1 and only have to worry about taunt, like you can carry like a mental herb. And now you can, get those easy spores off turn 1, and you can switch out and then switch back in to, recover yourself once you hit the field back, which I think, well, it says of the alley's HP. So it actually doesn't recover its own HP. So I do think that kind of balances it. I do think it still be good. I think Amoonguss may be still the better option, but I think this would be good if it gets spore, right? I think that's, one of the key things to it. So when using this Pokemon, I think, the best type of team that'll be on are like those balanced teams that you already have a fire and a water type as well. And this can be your grass type. And I do think that if this plays as a support type Pokemon, that it'll be better. But if we want to take a look at, let's start a new box. Poltergeist. If we want to base what Poltergeist evolved form is going to be, we can look at Poltchageist, right? And since it has, base 134 special attack, I would assume that, the other form has, the same. So, right. So you can literally not invest any into special attack. And now you're hitting, pretty hard with just a base 134 special attack, being a support Pokemon. So now you can go for the max bulk. It already has really good special defense, right? And then you could put like a lot in defense. And now you're like you're slow. You can play supportive, and you're not hitting like a wet noodle, right? You got a really good special attack. Like any water type Pokemon or Gastrodon and things like that are weak to grass, or things like Fluttermane weak to ghost, like they're just gonna be taken down by this thing and not able to like one shot it because of how bulky it can get, which I think will be like a unique niche for it. But that just depends on if it gets an evolved form. It's actually not confirmed that it's going to get evolved form, but I think this could still be viable even without evolved form. But if it is the convergent species of Sinistine, then it's not going to have that many good stats. But its name mirrors, you know, Poltchageist, because it's Poltchageist and then Poltchageist. So if it is like it gets these stats, then that Pokemon can still be viable without having to evolve, right? Because I think that, you know, Cinity, Poltchageist, it has really good off. I don't know why it's not more viable. I think it's because, you know, a lot of the powerful dark types and ghost types in the format can remove it easily, and it doesn't have enough like support going for it. Right? It does have strength sap, right? But you're probably getting knocked out before you get the chance to use it. And then you have the weak armor strategy. The curse body could be cool. I think it could function as a decent support Pokemon, but more people don't really experiment with it, right? And just getting like, so you know, Poltergeist is gonna get like the Giga Drain and stuff like that, Nightshade, Shadow Ball. It has good, you know, it has a good move pool, right? And Shadow Ball is able to, like, with 134 base special attack, you can do a lot to Flutter Mane. But like all the dark types like Chien-Pao just remove you instantly. Like your physical defense stat is so low. And I mean, you get Sucker Punch, Foul Play for some supportive options. And then you get like Will-O-Wisp, Trick Room. It could be a Trick Room setter with like a Focus Sash. I can see that being pretty viable. Choice Scarf, Trick. Like it has tools. Like I think a lot of people resort to the Cell Smash Weak Armor set, but I actually don't think that that's the best set. You know, I think it makes it too frail, and then you just get knocked out by like a random Sucker Punch. Tea Time is a, you know, signature move. I don't think it's that useful. Can get probably a better signature move. And Ally Switch is also not that good. They didn't release Poltergeist moves, right? They didn't show any signature moves, so we don't know what moves it get or if it has its own signature move. Usually these new Pokemon do come out with their own signature move. Like Raging Bolt has its own signature move. Walking Wake has a signature move. Iron Crown, Iron Leaves. Dipplin even has it. Archelodon, Koraidon, and Miraidon. They all have their signature moves, right? So we're hoping that, you know, this thing gets its own signature move that'll make it also viable with its ability. But, you know, that's going to be it for this video. I just kind of wanted to talk about this new Pokemon. Let me know what you guys think about Poltchageist. If you think that it'll be good, if you think that it'll have a niche in the format, and what you think its evolved form could be. And you know what would be really crazy is if Poltchageist is actually a convergent species of this Pokemon, right? And gets these stats with an Eviolite and still evolves, right? And now you have something evolves that has much better stats than these, which will be completely insane, right? Because like these are really good stats, like, and imagine these, you know, going up to like a base like maybe like 600, and that's a really strong Pokemon right there, right? And then now, you know, they might not raise the special attack by much. It may go to like 140, but then, you know, the defenses and the HP are going to go up, and they may drop the speed and things like that since it'll be bigger. And I think that, you know, that'll kind of balance it. But it'll be a really good offensive Pokemon, as well as like you can use Poltergeist with an Eviolite to play defensive if it gets like Spore and stuff like that. So I think that's a way to make like both of them viable. That's just my opinion. But we'll see. As we get more information, you know, I'll update you, and I'll make another video if they do release more, you know, documentation on this Pokemon. But that's going to be it for this one. If you like it, you know, drop a like for me, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and I will catch you guys in the next one. All right, deuces.